Set in 1962 in the city of Bogota, Colombia, this story centers on a powerful drug lord named Don Luis, a man feared for his cruelty and known for showing no mercy to anyone who dared to betray or disrespect him. One morning, his trusted right hand and longtime friend Fabio comes to see him. After years of loyalty, Fabio finally admits that he wants to walk away from this life. He dreams of living normally again, far from violence and bloodshed. Don Luis appears to accept this decision, even showing a hint of sadness as he lets go of a man who helped build his empire. He stands up and embraces Fabio, a moment that feels sincere and emotional. But that warmth is nothing more than an illusion. The goodbye is actually the beginning of the end. As soon as Fabio walks away, Don Luis quietly orders one of his men, Marco, to kill him that very day. Sensing that something is wrong, Fabio rushes home to his wife and young daughter. He knows time is running out. Desperate to protect them, he prepares to escape with his family before it is too late. Before leaving, he hands his daughter, Catalea, a small chip and a piece of paper with an address written on it. He tells her this place will keep her safe, no matter what happens to him. Not long after, his worst fear comes true. Don Luis's men arrive at the house. One of Fabio's guards is shot dead instantly, leaving no chance for escape. Trapped and outnumbered, Fabio has no choice but to defend his family from inside the house. But fate is cruel. The attackers break in and brutally kill Fabio and his wife right in front of their daughter. Moments later, Marco approaches Catalea and demands the chip. Instead of giving in, the young girl lashes out with surprising ferocity. She attacks him and manages to flee, even swallowing the chip to keep it out of their hands. Remembering her father's final words, Catalea later hands the chip to an official without even knowing what it contains.
Excuse me.
All she wants is a passport that will take her to safety, just as her father instructed. Her destination is Chicago in the United States, a place she hopes will give her a chance to survive and start over. Not long after, Catalea arrives in a rundown neighborhood, a place rumored to be the headquarters of Chicago's most dangerous gang. With nothing but a small piece of paper in her hand, she is led into a room where she witnesses a brutal beating. A man is being punished for failing to deliver his daily payment. The one delivering the punishment is Emilio, the feared leader of the most powerful gang in the city. He is also Fabio's brother and Catalea's uncle. Emilio's mother welcomes Catalea warmly, unaware of the storm building inside the young girl. It soon becomes clear that Catalea is obsessed with becoming a warrior, driven by a desire to turn herself into a killer. Her dream alarms Emilio. As her uncle, he refuses to let such a young girl walk down a path soaked in blood. Instead, he insists that she continue her education, hoping it might give her a different future. Catalea strongly rejects this idea. Her only goal is revenge for the deaths of her parents. Frustrated by her stubbornness, Emilio loses his temper and fires his gun around the room, causing chaos and fear. He reminds her that intelligence matters in every path of life, even in the criminal world. And this is where the story of Colombiana truly begins. 15 years later, time moves quickly. Two traffic officers in California are casually eating burgers in their patrol car when a speeding vehicle suddenly crashes into them. Behind the wheel is a grown and strikingly confident Catalea, heavily intoxicated. The crash is no accident. She allows herself to be arrested and taken into custody. At the same time, a high-profile criminal is being temporarily held in the same detention facility. Later that night, Catalea uses her intelligence and agility to escape her cell, unlocking the door with nothing more than a hairpin. She slips into the electrical room and makes her way through the ventilation system. Within moments, a large man with long hair is found dead, shot without hesitation. The violent act immediately raises suspicion among the authorities. The prison goes into lockdown as officers search for the killer. Yet when they check Catalea's cell, everything appears normal. She is inside, calmly dressed in her sleepwear, as if nothing ever happened. The next morning, an intelligence agent named Rose James arrives to investigate the mysterious murder that took place the night before. As he studies the crime scene, he notices a distinct symbol left on the victim's body. This detail leads him to believe the killing is connected to a larger series of unsolved murders, all carrying the same signature. At the same time, while Rose continues his investigation inside the prison, Catalea calmly walks out among the crowd without raising any suspicion. She moves freely, unnoticed by the very man searching for her. From that moment on, a total of 22 murders are linked to the same pattern. Rose begins to realize that the killer is deliberately sending a message, one meant for a very specific group of people. Elsewhere, a CIA agent named Richard visits the residence of Luis and his gang, who have now relocated to a different part of the United States. Richard shows Luis a newspaper article and asks for his help in tracking down the mysterious assassin. Instead of cooperating, Luis turns his anger toward Marco, blaming him as the true cause behind the chaos that has begun to unfold. Meanwhile, Rose continues digging deeper into the killer's trail. Every victim turns out to be a wanted criminal. Eventually, he uncovers a shocking detail. At the exact time of one of the murders, the killer was officially inside a prison cell. As night falls, a young man walks toward his apartment, unaware that Catalea has been waiting for him. His name is Danny, a painter who has recently grown close to her. That night, the two spend time together, unaware of the danger slowly closing in. The next morning, Catalea heads to a small laundry shop to meet her uncle. There, Emilio shows her a photo of a powerful crime boss named William Woodgard, identifying him as her next target. It becomes clear that Emilio has secretly trusted Catalea with carrying out these assassinations. Tension quickly rises between them. Emilio is furious that she keeps leaving a signature on her victims, fearing it will put him and his family in danger. Catalea refuses to listen. Her only focus is hunting down Don Luis and avenging the deaths of her parents. After gathering supplies, including money and a passport, Catalea travels to Mexico, where her next target is hiding in one of the oldest cities in North America. Inside Woodgard's heavily guarded residence, security is tightened to ensure no one interrupts his night of pleasure. But none of that stops her. Using her skills and calm precision, Catalea infiltrates the building by swimming through a shark tank. Before long, she reaches the bedroom, where everyone inside lies fast asleep. When Woodgard wakes up, he is horrified to see a symbol carved across his stomach. Panic sets in as he realizes his guards have already been slaughtered. He grabs two pistols and moves forward in fear, searching for the intruder. As he steps near the aquarium, Catalea emerges from behind and shoots his legs, taking her time as he collapses. Moments later, he falls into the tank, where the sharks finish the job. After completing her mission, Catalea returns to Danny's apartment. This time, Danny grows more curious about who she really is. That night, he finally works up the courage to ask her questions, hoping to understand the woman who keeps drifting in and out of his life. But Catalea keeps her identity hidden. To her, Danny is nothing more than a temporary escape, someone she turns to for comfort without allowing any emotional attachment. Because of their time together that night, Catalea wakes up late the next morning. She was supposed to meet her uncle Emilio, who is already waiting for her inside a library. When she finally arrives, Emilio is clearly furious. His anger is not about her being late, but about what she did in Mexico. Her actions were far too brutal, and she killed everyone there, including one of Emilio's own relatives. At the same time, Danny opens up to his close friend Ryan. He talks excitedly about the mysterious woman he's been seeing, a woman who only appears when she wants something physical and then disappears again. Wanting answers, Danny shows Ryan a photo of Catalea that was taken the night before, hoping his friend might help uncover who she really is. What Danny does not realize is that Ryan secretly sends the photo to his brother-in-law, who works for the police. What starts as an innocent attempt to help quickly turns into a disaster. With that single image, Agent Rose is finally able to identify Catalea and track her current location. Later, when Catalea calls Danny just to hear his voice, everything suddenly clicks. Danny casually mentions that he took her photo a few nights earlier. In that moment, Catalea realizes their call is being monitored. She knows the police are already positioned outside her apartment. Understanding that she has been exposed and surrounded, Catalea moves fast. She turns on the shower to create a distraction, then rushes downstairs to the room where she keeps her sniper rifle. As Agent Rose orders his team to break into the apartment, Catalea detonates another wall to create an escape route. Once again, the police fail to catch her.
Charles.
After escaping, Catalea heads straight to her uncle's house. The moment she arrives, she is met with a horrifying sight. Everyone inside has been brutally murdered. Devastated, she immediately knows who is responsible. Don Luis and Marco came looking for her, and when they could not find her, they took their revenge on Emilio's family instead. As night falls, Catalea makes her way to Agent Rose's home. This time, she confronts him directly and demands the location of Don Luis. With a calm but threatening tone, Catalea makes it clear that if Rose refuses to help her, his family will become her next target. Fearing for their safety, Rose goes to see Richard, a man who knows far too well the violent empire led by Don Luis. Even so, Richard hesitates to reveal anything about the gang's location, despite Rose's desperate pleas and his confession that his family is already in danger. Richard's doubt vanishes the moment a sniper round shatters a photo near him. Realizing the threat is real, he finally gives in. He provides Catalea with the information she needs, along with advanced weapons to ensure her success. Accompanied by her two loyal dogs, Catalea moves without fear. Her focus is absolute, and her emotions burn fiercely after losing her family. Panic spreads among the gang members as they realize she is closing in. Some attempt to flee, but escape is no longer an option. As their vehicle barely moves forward, Catalea opens fire without hesitation. The sudden attack throws everything into chaos. Don Luis panics, forcing Marco to rush him to safety while staying behind to confront the threat himself. But his plan quickly falls apart. Fueled by rage and grief, Catalea tears through the remaining guards, leaving nothing but destruction behind. The chaos ends with Marco standing alone. With no way out, he faces her in a brutal hand-to-hand fight. In the end, Catalea overpowers him and leaves him lifeless on the ground. Not far away, Don Luis is seen trembling in fear, trying to escape. His path is suddenly blocked by a garbage truck. In that moment, his phone rings. It is Catalea. She reminds him that some people are not born to be killed, but are destined to kill. Moments later, her two dogs attack him, ending his life in a brutal and final way. In the aftermath, Danny is cleared of all suspicion and walks free from any connection to the killings. As for Catalea, she disappears without facing justice. She walks away from everything, leaving her past behind, along with the scars that will forever follow her. So the moral of the story is, if your childhood trauma turns you into a highly trained assassin, maybe try therapy first, because revenge, sharks, and exploding walls are way more exhausting than they look.